where we discuss and debate relationship topics from a healthy couple's perspective.
Be sure to subscribe to our channel for weekly discussions and share with a friend or two.
Or three.
Or four, or five, or six, or seven.
How you doing, baby?
I'm doing pretty good, babe.
Did you have a good Christmas?
I had an amazing Christmas, thanks to you. I got some great gifts, y'all. My gifts were so thoughtful and everything I wanted, needed, and desired. So thank you, babe.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
How was your Christmas, babe?
Mine was exactly the same. I had great gifts, very thoughtful gifts, things that I had asked for throughout the year that ended up under the tree. I'm sure it wasn't D, it was Santa, like she said, but I'm grateful for that. Also, I had an amazing dinner. Dee asked me what I wanted. I didn't want anything traditional because I tried to do the traditional thing during Thanksgiving and was underwhelmed. So I requested...
I did not cook it, y'all.
She did not cook it because she always kills it. But she cooked lasagna. We just flipped it completely, Italian. And it was so good. Like, I mean, very rarely am I asking for all the leftovers, and I did. And I ate them. So, thank you for that, babe.
You're welcome. So, for New Year's, we're having lasagna again.
Yes.
Per
yes.
T's request.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, so speaking of the new year, what are we talking about today, honey?
All right. So with the new year right around the corner, I think it's a great time to discuss things that we will not be bringing into 2024. And we're not going to be long-winded here. We're going to hit some key topics, things that we think are extremely important, things that have benefited us through 2023, and we absolutely plan to continue in 2024. So with that said, babe, what are we going to jump into first?
Without further ado, ding, 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 ding. What we are not bringing into 2024 is poor communication.
Amen.
Everyone talks about communication, but we only talk about the things that come out of our mouth. You know, part of communication is how you deliver, how you receive, and how you respond. We rarely talk about the latter, receive and respond. So we just kind of want to dig in just a little deeper and talk about communication and how we plan to continue to communicate in 2024.
Absolutely.
What you say, babe?
All right, so of course there's a disclaimer here. This is coming from a healthy couple's perspective, like our intro said.
Yes.
We actually have made communication the foundation of our relationship, and this has been the case from day one. I'm talking date number one. At that point, you know, all types of questions were being asked. Not an interview. It was a very fun situation, but nonetheless substantive in nature. We wanted to get to really know about each other, about each other's past, about what we expect of the future. It's just really trying to gain an understanding. But obviously throughout that process, hey, you're asking some real key pointed questions, all right? Things that people sometimes don't want to answer. Mm-hmm. But I've understood from early on, as well as Dee, that this is really the way to learn the person that you're with and to then navigate and move through this relationship accordingly. And so because we started like that, we continued like that. And, you know, we took it upon ourselves to not only deliver this information or questions or whatever the case may be, but also we took it upon ourselves to process it, to receive it, to respond to it in a constructive way. You know, and some of this stuff is not easy, you know, because there's good, there's bad, and there's ugly. We all have histories, we all have past, we have all different type of experiences, traumas, etc. But because we were able to open up in that way, it created such a solid foundation for our relationship. And it has really helped us in all other areas of our relationship. So I guess the main point that I want to leave you all with is that if you're really seeking a healthy, functional relationship, you have to be able to talk about everything. And when I mean everything, I mean absolutely everything.
All the tough conversations. Yes, that one that you're thinking about. Yeah. Mm-hmm,
yep, that one. And if your partner cannot handle it, if your partner is responding to it in a negative way, if it's triggering certain things, that is not your responsibility. Mm-hmm. But if it's your partner and you love your partner and you care about your partner and you want a future, you can try to help them work through processing and responding to different things that you may point out. But in the end, if they can't work through that, you may have to move on. That's how important communication is.
Yes, I definitely agree with that. And just to add a little bit more, because we're not going to go too in depth, we can probably have a whole conversation about this, because this is the hallmark of our relationship. This is an area of our relationship that we have on lock. Like we have excellent communication, honestly, perfect communication. So, but I do want to add, understand your attachment style will help you in all areas of your relationship. So I'm not going to go into it too much, but I am a person of an anxious attachment style. Well, former anxious attachment style, which is an insecure attachment style, and we should all be aiming for a secure attachment style. So I would empower you to do a Google search, type in attachment style quiz, take the attachment style quiz, and learn more about your current attachment style and ways that you can improve and become more secure in your attachment style. And that's my best advice for everybody, because as someone who's come from a very anxious attachment style, my communication skills were horrible, just because of my attachment style. So I'm not going to go into that too much, but I just empower you to read up about that and take the quiz, figure out what your attachment style is. And if it's any of the insecure attachment styles, then you should be aiming to be secure. Most of us have insecure attachment styles, because there's 3 insecure attachment styles and 1 secure attachment style, and most of us fall into the latter, which is insecure. And figure out what that is, figure out where it came from, and work through it. And I promise you that will help with how you receive and respond to tough conversations or some of the communication that you receive from your partner. All right, so number 2, what we are not bringing into 2024 is lack of respect.
Yes.
Towards your partner.
This is a big one too.
This is a huge one, and you want to start, baby?
Sure, absolutely. All right, so I'm experienced, I'm seasoned, I've been in relationships, long term, short term. It's so easy to disrespect your partner, and you may not even think that you're disrespecting your partner, but you are. Mm-hmm. That could be as little as just talking over your partner, raising your voice, making things personal, talking down to them in public, emasculating your man.
Maybe not just in public, in person. Like, you cannot talk down to your partner. That's disrespectful.
Yes. Yeah. So all of these things are forms of disrespect. So one of the things that we've done from day one is respect one another in the most basic conversation. I'm saying something, I'm making a point, she may feel passionate about a counterpoint, may feel compelled to start talking over me, cutting me off. Nope. Hold your tongue. Let me finish saying what I'm saying. And then you'll have your opportunity to say what you need to say. And
sometimes it's hard, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie, because we are both we talk a lot, and we're both pretty passionate, but we make sure that we do not overtalk each other.
Absolutely.
Cut each other off. None of that.
Absolutely. And likewise, I'm very passionate about my points, and I have to, and sometimes I do make the mistake, but I catch myself. I'm conscious of these things. Also, if we do have any type of disagreement, never would I consider raising my voice, being disrespectful with the words that I say, making things personal. That, honestly, is just not going to happen. It doesn't feel right. And the beautiful thing is, when you start going down this path, it actually puts you in a position to feel awkward, and things just don't feel right if you even start doing anything disrespectful. You almost catch yourself immediately, or your partner will even say, whoa, this is just so out of the ordinary, because your norm becomes a high level of respect. And I believe that's what we should all be seeking. Yes. Another thing that's near and dear to my heart, I just feel like, for whatever reason, people who are together tend to actually be more verbally abusive to one another than strangers on the street. Mm-hmm. And a big part of that is comfort, thinking that this is my person, they're not going anywhere, I could talk to them any which way I want. No, you can't. If anything, you should hold them to a higher level of respect than a stranger on the street. But for some reason, it's the opposite way. So I would, challenge everyone to actually give their partner the utmost respect.
That that also includes when you're with your friends. Never talk bad about your relationship. Never talk bad about your partner. Never bring your partner down. Anytime you talk about your partner, you should be your partner's biggest cheerleader. Honestly, you should speak very highly of them. Even if there's an issue in the household, you keep that within yourselves. And when you're out and about and you're talking to your friends or around other people, you never want to talk bad about your partner. It should always be uplifting.
Yeah, and let's just say your partner does something in public that warrants you to respond. Well, you know what? Pull them aside.
Yeah.
Wait for an opportunity to tell them one on one, not in front of people. I can't count the number of times that I saw someone talk to their partner in the most disrespectful way, and everyone's looking at them like, wow, like almost in shock. And it's just unnecessary.
Right.
There's just things that can be held, and a lot of this requires discipline
Yes.
and patience, right? And that's our own personal challenge to get to that place. But if you're able to do that, you could then pull your partner aside when it's appropriate and then address the situation at hand.
Yes. And the last one I want to mention should be the most basic one, but you'll be stunned and amazed how many people don't do it. And please, thank you goes a long way. And I think it's important for you to always use that. Like if you ever look at T and I's text message, you would think that we met yesterday because we were always like, please, baby, may you do this? Honey, may you please bring this? Thank you, baby. I appreciate you. We genuinely have a high level of respect for each other, and we care for each other. We want the best for each other. We love each other, and we treat each other as such.
I love that. She's absolutely right. We do not take each other for granted just because we've been with each other for a long period of time. That please, thank you, that we do that in text, we do that in person, we just do that all the time. It also leads into what our next topic is going to be, and that's showing appreciation for one another.
So what we're not bringing in 2024 is a lack of showing appreciation.
Yes.
That is so important in a relationship, is to show your partner that you appreciate them.
All right, so appreciation is extremely important in a relationship. It actually goes hand in hand with how people become comfortable and complacent, which then leads to a lack of appreciation. And I think, every partner wants to be appreciated for the things that they do. It could be the most subtle thing, most simple thing, or it could be something significant. But you don't want to feel as if all these things are going unnoticed, or your partner doesn't appreciate the effort that you're putting into doing these things. And unfortunately, I think when people first meet each other, they do a great job of showing appreciation. But over time, you forget to do it. And then, unfortunately, in some cases, people go from not only not showing appreciation to feeling like, well, this is what you're supposed to be doing. Almost taking it for granted, as if this is what you're always going to get. And I promise you, no partner wants to feel that they're not appreciated for everything that they do in a relationship, and that is probably the quickest way to see obvious deterioration in your relationship, because people that don't feel appreciated may stop doing the things that they want to do because they feel like it's not even worth doing. So in our relationship, we always make it a point to do things for one another, unprompted, right. Things that we know the other person would appreciate. And we don't do it in a transactional nature. We do it to make the other person feel good. But that's all predicated on D appreciating what it is that I'm doing for her.
Right.
And then letting me know that. And then doing similar things for me as well.
Yeah, I think a lot of times women feel like men don't appreciate feeling appreciated. And I think that it's important as ladies to make our man feel appreciated just as they make us feel appreciated. And so I make every effort to make T feel feel appreciated, whether it's like making a special meal, even for Christmas. Like I could have made anything, but I asked him, "What do you want?" You know, and even little things like ordering his favorite lemonade without him asking, his snack. Even today, after I left the gym, I was like, "Would you like me to bring you a salad or anything?" And he didn't want it, but still, it was still sweet, right, baby?
Absolutely, just to be asked.
Yeah. Yep. So, and then this week I got flowers. I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, I just got some beautiful flowers this week, unprompted, and I really appreciated them. So, all right, yeah, I'm getting a little too mushy, but yeah, appreciation is so important.
I agree. Yeah. I
agree. All right, let's get into one that's a little tough. All right, y'all. So the next thing we are not bringing into 2024 is poor health and fitness. Like this one can be a little tough to talk about, but y'all, it's unfair to your partner to not take care of yourself, not eating healthy and not working out. We all know what it leads to. Diabetes, high blood pressure. These are things that we have control over. And I think it's very important that we do not take poor health and fitness into 2024. Go ahead, baby.
I agree. The reality is, I think at this point, there's enough education out there for a lot of us to know the benefits of working out. Those are physical and psychological. And, it's not just appearance, although that really does matter as well, because we should, remain attractive to our partners as best as we can. But more importantly, it's your overall health and the things that you may have to deal with in the future. And if you're in a relationship long term, you owe it to yourself and you owe it to your partner to take care of yourself. And by the way, if one partner does this faithfully and kind of embraces this lifestyle in whatever level, because there's levels to this, it may motivate the other partner to do the same. And I could speak to that in our relationship. Has always been conscious of, a healthy lifestyle, but may not have executed, as well as she may have wanted to. I have kind of made that turn prior to her, and when I met her, it was a big part of my life. And so, I kind of made it a point to tell her that, this is very important to me, and I think there's great benefits from this, psychologically, physically, and I would like you to participate in this stuff as well, or embrace this to some degree, not at the same level as I am. I think it'll do us well. And, fast forward to today, and we work out together. We are extremely healthy. We're conscious. We, talk about things that we eat. And, we still enjoy things like everyone else, but we just do it in moderation. And I believe that it actually has become one of the many things that have kind of made us have a strong relationship. It would be a lie to say that that's not a major factor. It is, because we do work out multiple times per week, and sometimes we work out together. And even if we don't work out together, we talk about it, and we eat together, and we eat salads together. I mean, some of the most basic things. So we didn't want to have this conversation without mentioning this, because this is clearly part of our relationship, and we believe that it could contribute to a healthy relationship for anyone.
Yeah, and some of the there's so many benefits of being healthy, working out, eating healthy, and there's diseases that we can prevent just by eating healthy, maintaining healthy weight, exercising, and I think it's only fair to your partner to implement that into your lifestyle, because in the long run, he or she will be the person to take care of you. And I think it's unfair to just not do anything because that person will be there for you. And I'm not saying things that we don't have control over. There's many things that we don't have control over. I'm just talking about the things that we do have control over. And one of them is exercising and eating healthy and maintaining a healthy weight to prevent some of the long-term effects of not exercising. All right, y'all. So the next thing we are not bringing into 2024 is a bad sex life.
Yes. Yes.
Go ahead, baby. I'm gonna let you talk about this one.
Okay. Yes. So sex life extremely important in
Yes.
a relationship. One of the areas that for whatever reason does not get credited for being a high priority in a relationship. People always kind of, beat around it a little bit and talk about all the other areas that need to be in place. But I think it takes having a great sex life to truly understand how much it contributes to a healthy relationship.
Yeah, this would actually be a great topic on its own, but yeah.
Yeah, and actually, we are going to have at some point a whole episode just on this topic, because it's such a wide ranging topic and people start from so many different places. So when you meet a partner, your experiences can be just so wide,
Right.
the gap. Also, your expectations could
Yep.
be wide, right? But I'm only gonna speak to our relationship and how, just like many people you meet, you've had different experiences, you have different expectations of what you believe to be a healthy sex life. But as you learn each other, as you share experiences, you can start to get a better understanding of the dynamic that works in your particular relationship. And you should, rather than just get comfortable in the place that you're used to, no, look to broaden that, look to expand that, because you may not even know what type of sex life you truly want.
Right.
And you may not know the benefits of that sex life that you don't even know you could have.
Right.
Right? And so for us, we organically went from two different places in our expectations to a place where we both feel comfortable. And that place is, I'm not going to get into specifics on this episode because it could take a whole hour, but it is a very consistent sex life. It's one in which I'm not obligated to do things. She's not obligated to do things. We do this for one another because we know the benefits that come from this, and we've organically gotten to a great place. And if for whatever reason I feel that this is no longer where I want to be, something's lacking because of our communication, I can communicate that to D. D can explain to me what's going on, and maybe we can better understand how we can get back to the place we need to be. And yeah.
Yeah, so sex is so important in a relationship. I think a lot of time it is overlooked and basically brushed under the rug like it's like nothing, but it's actually one of the most important things in a relationship. And T didn't want to say it, but I will say it, that we have sex almost every single day.
Okay, stop bragging. Stop bragging.
Almost every single day, more often than not. So, yeah, we do have an amazing, healthy sex life, and it has played a huge role into our intimacy, our love for one another, and just the way we feel about each other, right, baby?
Absolutely, absolutely. And not to cut you off, but I did want to point out, it keeps us so connected. It keeps us relaxed. It keeps us satisfied, pleasured. I mean, those things, they don't just last for the moment, okay? That becomes part of your being throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout the month. And so I think that is definitely some of the huge benefits of a great sex life.
Yes, I agree. And just, I'm not going to go into it too much. This can be a whole video on its own. But even when we go out, people think that we just started dating because we flirt with each other like we just met yesterday. We dance with each other like when we go out, we're dancing all night. We come back home, we flirt with each other, and then it goes down in the bedroom. So just know that we have an amazing sex life and we have prioritized that in our relationship.
So please get it in 2024.
Yes,
okay?
Lots of sex, y'all.
Yes, yes.
Sexo.
Sexo. All right. So next, we're gonna talk about something that can be a huge source of contention in a relationship, and that is finances.
We will not be bringing poor financial habits into 2024, y'all.
So, of course, finances. I mean, such a broad-ranging topic. Obviously. But the fact that it's one of the top three, reasons for divorce speaks to how difficult it is for two people to be on the same page with respect to finances. And you know, I'm just gonna speak from the perspective of our relationship when it comes to finances. One of the things that was very important to me is if I meet somebody very early on, I need to get an understanding of how they look at finances and how much of a priority that is in their life, and if they're very responsible, good credit score, or let's say they don't have the greatest credit score, but they're clearly working on it. They have a clear plan on how to make it better. Idea of what they plan for the future, retirement, setting themselves up, because I have no interest, honestly, and I'm not judging anybody, but I have no interest of just living paycheck to paycheck and not having any future set up for myself. So fortunately for me, when I met Dee, she was kind of aligned in that way, but that still didn't ensure that we were going to be aligned when it came to handling the finances. And, we started by, having kind of like a joint account and saving money together, having, deeper discussions about how we envision our future, how we plan to invest money. All of these things, again, back to communication, right? We're discussing them and they're evolving. And as they evolve, we continue to discuss these things. I just feel if there's a misalignment in that area, you have to address it immediately. Right. And the person that might be lacking in that area, there's no easy way to say this. You need to take it upon yourself. If you don't understand what's going on, if you need more information, research it. Figure out the benefits of it. Because the answer is not to always counter your partner when you don't understand the benefits of certain financial decisions, when you don't understand the benefits of moving a certain way financially. That is not the answer, okay? And it is going to cause contention, and there is going to be issues within the relationship. So bottom line is there are huge benefits to being financially prudent and responsible. And if you have a partner that's a little stronger than you in that area, please give them a little bit of leeway to explain to you why, make you aware of the benefits, and then open yourself up to learning, to understanding why this is beneficial to not just you, but the relationship itself, and then being open to changing your mindset in this area. I think if you do this in 2024, you could be setting yourself up for many years of financial gain. What do you think, babe?
I definitely agree. I come from a family where finances were never discussed, so I did not know anything about that. It took me well into my 30s to even start saving for retirement, getting not well into my 30s, but early in my 30s, getting into like saving up for retirement, setting up 401k, because I didn't understand the importance of it. But what I did was read. I got a book, I learned about it, and I fixed my credit, fixed my financial profile, improved my financial profile, started saving up for retirement. And it's no excuses that you just don't know anymore. The internet is here with a plethora of information, and utilize it. Yeah, inability to manage your finances will lead to a destruction of your relationship.
Yep, I agree with that.
Yeah, so the last thing, which there's a lot more, but this is the last thing that we're talking about today, that we're not taking in 2024, is disloyalty, infidelity, and lack of integrity.
Yes. Can I jump right in?
Yeah, go ahead.
So the bottom line is you're with someone, okay? There is no place for being disloyal, betraying, lacking integrity. Treat your partner with respect, okay? Whether you're in front of them, whether you're not in front of them. If you have issues in this particular area, communicate with that person, because 9 times out of 10, the issues that you're having did not just happen today. If you get to a point that you are now going to be disloyal and betray your partner, that's because you have not communicated certain shortcomings within the relationship. Mm-hmm. So how about not being selfish in 2024, and the minute that you're feeling something, you communicate it with your partner, as opposed to not communicating it with your partner, and then putting yourself in a position where you could even betray your partner or be disloyal to your partner. And by the way, if you finally get to that place after talking to your partner, then guess what? Before cheating on your partner, just let your partner go. And then you can do whatever it is that you want to do. But I promise you, the quickest way to end your relationship is to start going down this path.
Right.
What do you think, babe?
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, baby, with everything that you said. Honestly, if you're not happy, leave. There's no reason for you to cheat, no reason for you to be disloyal, no reason to talk bad about your partner when she or she is not around. If you're not happy, just leave. Communicate that with your partner. I am not happy. I don't feel that this relationship serves me anymore. I think it's time for me to move on. And honestly, don't lie to yourself. If you feel like you're a chronic cheater or you're just a person that wants more than one partner, define that relationship style and go find it. So there's no reason for you to lie to your partner and say you're monogamous and you're not. Have that conversation with your partner. If you're not monogamous, stay true to yourself. Nowadays, you're allowed to define your relationship style. So if you want to, you say you want to. If you want 3, you say you want 3. If you say you just want a friend with benefits, say it. Trust me, there's plenty of people out there that's willing to accept that. So these days, there's no reason for you to lie. Be true to yourself. Be true to your partner. Communicate that with your partner. And normalize your relationship style. Trust me, there's somebody out there who would love to entertain your relationship style. So be true to yourself. And with that being said, I think that's all we have to say today, right?
That's it for 2023.
We do have a lot more that we can talk about, y'all, but we can go on and on and on. So we just decided to do these. These are in no particular order in importance, with the exception of number 1. We do feel like communication is the most important aspect of any relationship, including friendship, family relationships. Communication is number 1. The rest of them are not in any particular order. And thank you so much for listening. Anything you want to add, babe?
Yeah. If anyone wants to discuss any of these topics, ask us any questions about how we approach it. Look, we don't have all the answers. We're just trying to share what works for us, and we're more than willing to pass that information along. The whole purpose of this channel was to give you an example of a healthy couple that doesn't know all the answers, but happens to do things that seems to be working for us. And so we absolutely want to pass that along in 2024.
Yes. Yeah, so feel free to keep the conversation flowing by commenting down below. We'll be more than happy to answer any questions. Feel free to share this video with your friends. Like and subscribe if you found this video to be valuable. We will continue to discuss some controversial topics and just some tough conversations and in 2024. And we hope you all have an excellent new year. We will be reviewing Ready to Love season finale, the next 2 episodes.
Yes.
Tomorrow's one, right?
Yeah, tomorrow.
So we'll have something.
Yeah, we'll have one more, and then we'll get back to our relationship topics. So.
Yeah, we'll still get back to the relationship topics in between, but we do have Ready to Love, the regular one, coming up too.
Yes.
So we'll have a lot of reviews coming up and conversations and topics. So if there's anything you want us to talk about, just comment down below. Be sure to
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. And on that note, TND is out.
Times I'm good and bad, happy to say.